Hello everybody, welcome to the latest edition for R&B Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Inception, the new picture from Christopher Nolan. It's a complicated action thriller film that stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Ellen Page and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. They're a group of people who extract information from people's dreams.
Well, I could see you were having some difficulty with the plot there, and this is such an original flick to me. I mean, I just love the world they created it, and the whole idea of going within people's dreams to, steal sensitive information because you are more vulnerable in your dreams than you are at any point. I thought that was all, very interesting. It definitely created a whole different type of movie universe for you.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's a heist movie, but with a dream reality angle kind of thrown into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, it's totally a heist movie at its core. If there's any, I think, identifiable weak point with this movie, it's two things for me. It's a similarity I felt Leonardo's character had with his character from Shutter Island. He picked some very similar characters to play back to back there.
Yeah.
And Ellen Page's character was simply there for the exposition. Yes, she had to be there for the exposition, but it felt like every time she was on screen, it's like, okay, they're going to tell us why Leo's doing this now.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time she showed up, it was like the same shot, and it was the same, back and forth.
Yeah, well, the weak points for me, let me just say, I liked the film, but I didn't love it. One of the weak points for me was the first 10 minutes of the movie. I mean, in a way, you're being challenged to keep up with what's going on, but what messed me up a little bit is the relationship with Ken Watanabe. I thought at first he was the villain of the movie, but it turns out that's not the case. It's like they were doing an experiment and he was involved, and I guess he's their employer. I liked it. One of the things I did like about it was, you are asked to think. I mean, one thing that I really noticed with the movie was the first half of the movie in the real world, it seems to go much faster than the dream world, and I think that's the metaphor is that usually in dreams things are a little bit slower. And if you watch the first half of the movie in the real world, it's like they cut it real quick. Like I noticed whenever an actor finishes a sentence, usually there's like a pause for the next actor but in this case, a guy finishes a sentence and just like that, the next one starts. So I thought I really picked up on that right away.
And the movie's action sequences, I thought, particularly Jason Gordon-Levitt's zero gravity fight scene was just one of the most amazing things I've paid money to see in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. And but what I loved, as usual, is the characters. Like we learn a lot about DiCaprio's characters, like how he wants to get back to his kids and his wife, and getting back to not you, the audience, thinking for yourself. The ending is an excellent example of that.
Oh yeah, it completely spurs on debate. The last shot of it, I know people either go one way or the other, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, the guy behind me was like, and then it happened. He's like, oh man.
Yeah, unfortunately, I went to go see it with a rather rowdy audience who didn't exactly take the movie as seriously as I think I was trying to get into it and stuff.
Yeah.
But what you were saying about the characters, every character in the team, I thought, had their little stick, their little angle, and every one of them got terrific moments, too, to shine. Like, it really wasn't just Leo in the spotlight. This was an ensemble piece, and everyone in there had their... Like I said, just Joseph Gordon-Levitt does some terrific scenes. Even the Yusuf character, his whole van driving sequence in The Dream is just amazing, and, some great comic relief, too. And he spends about 40 minutes of the movie falling off a bridge.
What impressed me the most was... how often I complain how bad some computer animated effects look? Here they look really good, and I'm convinced some of those were actually built on the set, like the stairs that Ellen Page crosses, at one point.
Oh, yes. I love that, the sort of tricks they did. Yeah. This movie was definitely one that my eyes were glued to the screen for every second. I just wanted to know more and more about the universe this is taking place in. This whole idea of going in and extracting information from dreams. I thought they opened up a lot of windows with this flick. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if I can recommend this to everybody because, some people, I've looked at it. When I saw the trailer, I wasn't sure if I would want to go see it, but about a week ago, someone told me they saw it twice and they thought it was awesome, and at this time, it's got like a 9.3 rating on IMDb. I mean, some people will probably find it frustrating. I saw at least 3 walkouts in my screening room, and the rest of them, everyone else pretty much stayed with it, but this movie, I think, it definitely challenges you to keep up with it at some points, especially the beginning, so I'm not... And this is definitely a movie you're probably going to have to see more than once to grab everything, because you may have missed a few things during the first screen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the first time you see it, it's very big, and it's very new.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would tell people, if you're not used to movies where you're where you have to think a little bit. You're probably not going to like this, but this is definitely different than a lot of the movies I've seen during the summer so far.
It's a thinking man's movie and it's a popcorn movie at the same time.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you want in a summer movie. And
yeah, if they like action movies, if they can just hold on till the last act of the movie, I think they'll be fine with it. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not an action movie per se. Like Rambo's an action movie, but they use the action to great effect, I think, in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a see it in theaters verdict, but I have a feeling this movie could polarize people. Even though a lot of people, I've been reading nothing but good things about it, I have a feeling that people are really gonna really love it and hate it. And I would also tell people, since it's 2.5 hours, don't buy a drink from the concession stand.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I saw people walk on like, oh, maybe that's a walk out, and then like 5 minutes later they come back. That's
the kind of mistake I made. I was like, I can't leave the theater. So I gotta watch this.
Lucky for me, I didn't do that. But after it was over, then I was able to go out and do my business. But yeah, don't get a drink from the concession stand.
I think if there's one movie you're gonna see in theaters this summer, go see Inception. This has been such a bad year for movies. Just nothing really that interesting has been coming out. Nothing really too engaging.
Yeah, tell me about it. Most of the movies that I've seen, I've given it mostly rented on DVD verdicts. They're mostly renters, like the last Airbender review I recently did, and Date Night. They're all renters. There hasn't really been anything I could say, you got to see this in theater this summer. And not really too many movies I could really snuff either.
This is one you got to see on the big screen with the sound, with an audience. Yeah. Because it's that movie. It's that movie. It's finally we have it for this summer. I thought Iron Man 2 was gonna be sort of that big summer movie, but this blows everything out of the water. I think that has come out.
Okay, everybody, that's our take on Inception. We're both giving it a see it in theaters verdict. So go ahead and leave your comments. Tell us what you thought. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.